A 28-year-old Marine veteran has been living rent-free in his sister's house for 8 years. He wakes up at 3 p.m., games until sunrise, and pays 0 bills. His brother-in-law finally snapped and just turned off the Wi-Fi at midnight. The girlfriend lost her mind. Reddit exploded. 13,000 upvotes, 1,800 comments. And one question everyone is asking: who actually owns this house? Welcome to Stateside Shock. I'm Steve. This is the pettiest, most justified revenge I've ever seen on r/AITAH. Let's call him Mike. And his girlfriend have been together for years. 8 years ago, her younger brother, Jake, got out of the Marines. He did a few years of support work on base, came home with his wife, and had a plan. Use his GI Bill, go to college, get a real career. Just needed a place to crash, temporarily. Mike and his girlfriend said yes. No rent, free housing, free utilities, free internet, free food. They cooked for him. They helped him find job resources. They were basically his second parents. That was 8 years ago. Temporary. Became permanent. Jake never went to school. Never got a real job. Slowly, his entire life became one thing: gaming. He stays up until the sun comes up, sleeps until 3 p.m., and hides in his room when guests come over. He's a ghost who only comes out for snacks. Meanwhile, his wife was working full-time as a cashier, paying for both of them. For years. Until she couldn't do it anymore. She cheated on him, and she left. And her reason? She said, quote, "I no longer felt anything for someone who had lost all ambition and passion for life." Now, cheating is wrong. Mike even says that. But he also says he understood the resentment. Imagine carrying a grown man for years while he plays Call of Duty at 4 a.m. After the divorce, Jake had a breakdown. He admitted he wasted years of his life. He promised he wanted to change. So Mike and his girlfriend supported him again. They gave him another chance. And then it got worse. The girlfriend's parents moved back onto the property. Why? To emotionally support Jake. Here's the kicker. The house was originally bought by the parents years ago, then transferred into Mike and his girlfriend's names. So legally, it's Mike's house. Emotionally, it's still mom and dad's house. And now it's Jake's gaming arena. Fast forward to today. Jake is 28 years old. Nothing has changed. Still gaming all day. Still no job. Still no school. Mike has brought it up for years. Every time, his girlfriend either gets angry at him for bringing it up, or she says, "Oh, he's working on a study program," or "he's figuring things out." Spoiler alert, he never figures it out. Even her parents are tired. They've admitted they are exhausted from talking to him because nothing changes. Mike says he feels stuck in an echo chamber where everyone sees the problem, but nobody wants to confront it. So 2 weeks ago, Mike did something small, something quiet. He didn't yell. He didn't kick Jake out. He just logged into the router, and he set a Wi-Fi pause, midnight to 6 a.m. every night. Why? Because Mike and his girlfriend pay for the internet. And he figured everyone else in the house sleeps like a normal adult. The only person this would affect is the guy gaming until sunrise. His girlfriend found out, and she lost it. Not because of the Wi-Fi, because he did it without telling her. She said she couldn't sleep knowing there was tension in the house. And then she dropped the childhood trauma bomb. She said growing up, her grandparents controlled everything in the house in ways that made her feel powerless. The Wi-Fi pause triggered that same feeling. Mike was blindsided. He thought he was solving a small problem. She thought he was becoming her controlling grandparents. And that is where Reddit comes in. Mike posts, AITAH for putting a bedtime pause on the Wi-Fi. Mike actually updated the post after it blew up. He said he's done focusing on promises. He's focusing on actions now. He and his girlfriend had a long talk. He told her he's not going to keep living like this. He's pushing Jake to use his VA benefits, actual veteran resources, not just free Wi-Fi. He's making him go to career workshops. And he gave his girlfriend a deadline. If nothing changes in the next few months, Mike is moving out. He's not kicking Jake out. He's leaving his own house to get away from Jake. Now let's get to the comments, because this is where it gets brutal. 1,800 comments, and Reddit was not on the girlfriend's side. The top comment, with 5.4 thousand upvotes, is from user Shammy_Dammy. And it's the question that changes everything. He writes, "So which one of you has the greater legal claim to the house? You or your girlfriend?" Boom. Because the parents transferred the house to them, not to Jake. Mike is literally paying the Mortgage for a man who calls him an asshole for turning off the internet at midnight. The second top comment, 2.6K upvotes. From Carrie HHH, and this one is savage. He says, I have a question for your girlfriend. Why is she able to sleep when there is tension coming from you? But she draws the line at tension from her brother? She is showing you where her priorities are. And sadly, you don't make the list. He continues, and she isn't doing him any favors either. Making it comfortable for him to do nothing is not helping. And if it really is a mental health issue, then he needs professional help, not a house full of enablers. That word, enablers, hit hard, because that's what this is. It's not kindness anymore. It's enabling. Comment number 3, for 0.7K upvotes, from Chubby Chum Chum. She says NTA, and then tells her own horror story. As the sister in a family that severely enabled my perpetually unemployed and troubled brother. Let me tell you, your situation won't change without seriously counseling for everyone. But that will never happen because they are all convinced they're actually helping him. She says, I'm 30 years into this dynamic, and now my dad has died. My mom's pushing 80 and still financially supporting my brother, who's in his mid-50s. Enabling this shit is awful. Read that again. A 55-year-old man still being supported by his 80-year-old mother. That is Jake's future if nobody stops this now. Another comment, 834 upvotes. From OKWriter 4215, my aunt quit work because of depression, became bedridden, addicted to opioids. My uncle supported everyone until she died. My 2 cousins never launched either. Neither went to college. They both still live with my uncle, game online all the time, and are now 42 and 32. This isn't just one lazy gamer. This is a pattern. This is what happens when families choose comfort over confrontation.s. Oh, let's break this down. Stateside Shock style. Is Mike the asshole for turning off the Wi-Fi? Absolutely not. He's not the asshole. He's the only adult in the house acting like an adult. His mistakes? 1. He did it secretly. He should have told his girlfriend first. Not because he needs permission, it's his internet bill, but because in a relationship, you don't make unilateral moves on family landmines. 2. He's waited 8 years to set a boundary. 8 years of free rent, free food, free electricity for a grown man to play video games. That's not generosity, that's self-sabotage. The girlfriend? She's not evil. She's traumatized and she's enabling. She's choosing her brother's comfort over her partner's sanity. And that 5.4K comment is right. Mike needs to figure out if he's a partner or a tenant in his own home. Jake? Jake is the product of 8 years of zero consequences. The Marines taught him discipline, but his family taught him that discipline doesn't matter because someone will always pay the Wi-Fi bill. Final rating? Mike, 7 out of 10, good intention, bad execution. Girlfriend, 4 out of 10, trauma is real, but enabling is a choice. Jake, 0 out of 10, get a job. So what do you think? Comment A if Mike should have just kicked Jake out years ago. Comment B if the Wi-Fi pause was too petty. And be honest, do you have a Jake in your family? That one relative who just never launched? Confess below, best story gets pinned. If you like this breakdown, smash that subscribe. I'm Steve, this is Stateside Shock. And next time, a guy tells his dad's pregnant girlfriend that her baby will be just as abandoned as his dad's other 3 kids. Yeah, it gets worse. See you then.